Hello, dear listener. Hello, my fellow ego. Welcome to another episode of the CU Alumni podcast. On today's episode, our guest of the day shares our 4 years experience in Covenant University. It was a very interesting story. Got to learn the perspectives of architecture students. You know, it's easy to look at it from the outside, but looking at it through our experience, it was like, oh, so this is what Archi guys faced. Now, wow. So if you're here to subscribe, Apple, Spotify, Google, or any other place you get your podcast from. So please enjoy the conversation we had with Eunice. Hello, Eunice, and you're welcome to the CU Alumni podcast.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for inviting me on.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. Thanks for accepting the invite. I hope you are doing good.
Yes, I'm doing great. And you?
We push on. How work now? How was work today?
Usual. It was good. A lot to do, but at least I was able to achieve something. So yes, it was good. It was
productive.
Good. Exactly, productive. Yes.
All right now. So our listener would like to know who is on the other end. Give us your name, when what you studied, when did you graduate, your current location, then you add the Ajasa on top.
Okay. So my name is Eunice Adegbaju. I studied architecture. I finished in the year 2017.
Okay.
Yes, 2007. I finished 2017. I'm currently in Lagos. At the moment, I'm working as a community manager at Patricia Technologies Limited.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm a 9 to 5. Yes.
We all have plenty.
No, actually, I don't think everybody's a 9 to 5
it's not everybody
at the moment.
But we are more.
With the kind of school we came out from, a lot of people would definitely turn into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. But statistically, there are still more people that are doing 9 to 5 than business, and some of us are doing side also. So apparently, yeah. So we are
extra cash.
It's very needed now with the Nigeria that we live in today.
What can we do?
Either we struggle or we jackpot. Which one?
Struggle before you jackpot. Because I don't think you want to struggle for long. You struggle to be able to jackpot, actually. So
exactly, we do what we can.
Exactly, yeah.
So now we want to go back in time.
Okay.
We'd like to know the kind of person you were back in school. But first of all, you said you graduated 2007. Did you do 4 years or 6 years, Aki?
No, 4 years. I came in 2013 and I finished 2017. So I only did BSc. Yeah, I only came to do my BSc.
Why you not do masters? What happened?
So based on circumstances, I actually was meant to travel out for my masters, although it's still in motion, but I'm not rushing it.
Okay.
So yes.
All right. I understand.
Yeah.
So going back in time now, we'd like to know the kind of person Eunice was in school. Starting from 100 level when you came in, you are not the same person that graduated in 2017. So you take us on the journey of entering in 100 level, then move to 200, 300 till final year. In between, there are some stories that will come back to you because, sometimes it's not easy to remember those stories on the spot.
Yeah.
But as you talk, the spirit will move and remind you that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's begin from 100 level.
Okay, so starting from 100 level, I actually came in from Faith Academy.
Okay.
So
my sister.
Yeah, so so I had just 10 days between graduating from secondary school and resuming university.
What?
I think I finished secondary school, I think July 29th.
Yeah.
I was to resume, I think 27 or 20, I can't really remember, but I was to resume CU for August 7th.
Wow.
Yes, I had just 10 days in between
to clear your head.
Exactly, to get ready for university.
Wow.
It was overwhelming because Covenant University was the only school I even applied for. Let me start for that. So getting the admission was really overwhelming for me. I mean, I took a very big risk applying for only one university. So I got in 100 level. Before I even came to school, I was having the mindset that when I entered this school, 5.0 GPA, that's what I'm living with, That was the energy. That was the energy I was coming with. So it was exciting for me. I was excited to meet new people. I was excited to start new life. As a matter of fact, I was more excited to stay away from home because I wasn't really the type of person that was let out. So I was excited to, be on my own, make my decisions for the first time, have my ATM card for the first time, because entry school was the first time I had my ATM card, bank account and all that. So yes, I was excited to, be an adult in quotes, do things by myself. So entering 100 level, I had amazing roommates. I still remember Eunice, Tommy and Ayomide. We were 4. 100 level usually 4 in a room. So I had amazing roommates. It was fun. I was always in cafeteria and supermarket.
Why?
I was always buying. I was always buying.
Spending.
My roommates knew. Hey. No, it's not like that. My roommates knew me for the fact that I would go to the supermarket or cafeteria. I'll buy things, come to the room and share. Yeah, that was how I was. Because for the first time, I'm spending money by myself. Do you get? Yeah. So unfortunately, I was lavishing.
Wow.
I was lavishing. So towards the end of the first semester, I had to call myself I had to caution myself that, guy, don't be too excited about this adulthood thing. You're just starting. So calm down the way you're spending money.
So who no blow you like that?
What do you say?
Who no catch you? Sapa.
Sapa did not catch. Sapa did not catch me.
You're spending. Hey, jacuzzi.
So I had to caution myself towards the end of first semester that, guy, as much as they're giving you pocket money and you have no worries, you still need to save money.
Yeah.
So I was trying little by little to save money, but I was still, spending. And funny thing is, I wasn't even really spending on food. I was spending on junk. I was spending on junk. Exactly, all those things. So I just had to consciously caution myself against all of those things. So in regards to academics, that one was hostel life, right? In regards to academics, I was, the energy of I'm coming in to,
smash it.
With 5.0 and all of that. But unfortunately for me,
okay,
I didn't make 5.0, although I was on a 2-1, but I didn't make the 5.0. So I was like, okay, next semester we try again. We try harder. So I put in the work next semester. As much as I even put in the work, my GPA dropped further.
Oh,
I was still on a 2.1, but it dropped. Like in the number, it dropped. So I was kind of getting discouraged. I was like, I should have just gone for the gynecology I wanted to do. Why did I now settle for architecture? Initially I wanted to be a gynecologist. So I was like, I should have gone for the gynecologist I wanted to do instead of settling for architecture. So I was pushing it. In fact, 100 level architecture, I won Fashionista of the Year.
You see.
I was excited, That is not that was what I really came to do, but I was very conscious about how I looked. So I remember then in school.
Level.
Yeah, wow. I remember then in school, I had this friend, Somto and some other guys in class who would call me out to the corridor. CST, the last floor, 400 floor was for Aki. So we had the whole space for ourselves. Yeah, so they would call me out of our studio to the corridor, and then it's like paparazzi. I'm standing there changing positions, and they are snapping me.
Yeah.
That was just cruise for me in 100 level. It was exciting for me. So 200 level, the main work started. 100 level, it's the introduction. They are still introducing you to the general. Yeah, lots of things are general studies, and also 200 level, real work started. We started the real drawings and projects and all of that. So I remember how I would go and hustle for ink, also for paper, like cardboard to draw.
How did you guys cope? So as in, it mean drawing with pencil was a wahala. Now can't they use ink?
Yeah, drawing. No, the thing is, we start with drawing with pencil before we draw with ink.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so you outline with ink. After you've done all the pencil work and you've done all the corrections needed, then you now outline with ink.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So 200 level, I didn't even know how to go about the whole buying cardboard and buying ink because, we were not allowed to leave campus and lots of things that we needed was not available in the bookshop.
Yeah.
So somehow I summoned courage to talk to some 400 level students. I literally went to their studio to go and ask questions of how I could get paper and ink. Our lecturers just told us that we should go and buy from bookshop that they will have in bookshop, but they didn't have most of the things we needed. So I got to find out that there were some people in masters selling all these materials that we needed. So I got at it. I was interested in it, of course. I did as much as I could do. I think my best course in 200 level was history of architecture. I mean, the whole Greek architecture, Egyptian architecture, all of those things were fascinating to me. So it was literally my best. And then again, the lecturer that was taking the course was my best lecturer. So it was really easy for me, even from 200 level to 400 level. That was like the course I had an A. But do you know the funny thing? I still carried over that course in 300 level.
What's happening?
Attendance. I did make 75% for that course, and that was the only course I ever carried over, but it was my best course, and every single time I wrote the exam I had an A. Even when I carried it over, I still had an A in the carryover. And
but why didn't you measure up now? Were you are you a fellow stabber?
I'm not a stabber. I'm not as much as possible. That's 75%. I know that I cannot miss more than 3 classes. So if something happens, maybe I was locked in the hostel or I'm not feeling fine, I just always look at it that, guy, are you ready to risk this? So I already know that that's the situation. But for this course, the lecturer was Dr. Alagbe. And Dr. Alagbe is a very friendly lecturer. I mean, everybody needs to be a very friendly person, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that I had missed up to 3 classes. I didn't know. I don't know how I didn't take note of it. And it doesn't always write attendance in all of his classes.
Okay.
So, but it does in literally I'll say 90% of his classes. So most of the time we will say maybe the course rep should bring the attendance to his office or something. So I didn't even know that I had exceeded the attendance for that class.
Wow.
And I was thinking that she is Dr. And that's still finish can put you in trouble or over familiarity. I was like, okay, Dr. Alagbe is a very friendly person. We are all fond of him and everything. I'm just going to beg him that he should please help me that this and this is what happened that I missed the last class. I was shocked. I was shocked. He was smiling and telling me that no, he would not give me the attendance. I will have to carry over the course. I was in his office crying. I was like, sir, please.
Wow.
He said no, I was going to carry. And then, when I was in 200 level, I had this person I was seeing. It was in his masters. Right, we were in a relationship. Okay. So he was also very close to Dr. Alagbe. Because I mean, I think he was the supervisor or something. So I told that one to help me go and beg Dr. Alagbe that this is my situation. He too went to beg Dr. Alagbe, and he's someone that Dr. Alagbe always listens to. He went to beg Dr. Alagbe. Dr. Alagbe told him that no, he wasn't going to listen, that I needed to carry over the course. I didn't know what to do.
It sounds personal. It sounds personal. Like which grudge?
Funny how he didn't hold a grudge against me. I think he just wanted to teach me a lesson. And you know the thing is,
you don't. Okay.
I think he actually just wanted to teach me a lesson because it wasn't just me. Every other person that missed his attendance in his class, he made sure that we carried over the course.
Okay.
So it wasn't any form of beef or grudge. And I was really scared because it was 300 level going to 400 level. I'm like, what if I carry over this course? I don't have enough units to make up for this course. And I now have to have an extra year. Oh, that reminds me, I carried over another course in that 300 level. I think it was TMC. Was it TMC? One of these general courses.
TMC. What's happening?
You know the TMC. Once the lecturer enters class, they will lock the lecture theatre. So even if you are 1 minute late, yes. So even if you are 1 minute late, you will stand outside. So it's usually it's usually marathon for us for TMC. So I carried over TMC. I carried over that course, and that course was a 3-unit course. It was a very important course. So I'm like, what if...
Okay, Mr. Lade's course, have you?
Alagbe, yes, it was a very important course. Okay. So I'm like, what if I now carry over to 400 level and I'm not able to meet up for the unit? I now have to have an extra year. So I was scared shitless. I was scared. So 400 level came. I saw the units that I had extra for carryover, and I was happy that, I could cover up for it. I took the exam. I had an A. And then when I took the exam and I went to meet him. I was like, Dr. Agi, I'm taking your course. And I said, have you learned your lesson now? I was like, yes, I've learned my lesson. And that really taught me to not get too familiar with anybody. Anybody can switch up on you at any time. Don't think that because you know someone or you're very friendly with someone, the person can fuck you up. Anybody can fuck you up. Literally anybody can fuck you up. So that was one side of it. 300 level was good. We started using AutoCAD to draw. I got a hang of it and all of that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I got a hang of it. So, lecture-wise, it was good. This supervisor, my supervisor for my final year project, Dr. Is it Babalola? I think Babalola, yes, Dr. Babalola. He frustrated my project. It was a very simple project, but he's a perfectionist. And like the slightest of mistakes, you would have to start that whole chapter again.
What was your project about, sir?
It was something about housing in Nigeria. I think comparing private to federal to state housing or something like that. It was something in
it was a write-up.
Yeah, it was like a research, not a write-up. It was a research. Okay. Research for private housing. I think it was something about private, state and federal housing, LSDPCs and all of those things. So we had to go. We had to literally walk the whole of Lagos, giving people questionnaires to answer, wait for them to answer it, collect it back. So it was really eye-opening for us. So academics was good. I was able to, at least, lucky for me, I came out with a 2-1, a strong 2-1. I wanted a first class, but I didn't come out of first class. So strong 2-1 was still good. I came out with a strong 2-1.
2-1 is like 4.0 ish.
Yes. Actually had a 4.02.
That's even a sweet spot. You always see better than those that go 4.49. That's
4.49 is even 4.49 is even still okay. The 4.49 is next to 4. That's right. So it was a good experience for me. I learned a lot of things. I met a lot of people. My 100 level and 200 level, I won the fashionista of the year for my level. 300 level, I got distracted.
Why? Who distracted you?
Schoolwork. Now, don't let somebody serious.
You now face schoolwork.
Schoolwork did not let someone serious.
It's true, Sha. So, you have to choose one or the other.
Exactly. So I literally am running out of the hostel in the morning without even brushing my hair. My brush is in my bag. I get to college and go to brush my hair in the college toilet. So that was 300 level, 400 level. That was the lifestyle. Nobody was really concerned about how they looked again. I think that's the cycle for architecture students. You don't get to worry about how you look again. Everybody just wants to survive. Especially with the fact that Covenant didn't let us sleep in studios. Yeah, so we had to do extra hours. I remember there was this time in 400 level. We literally told the management that you guys are on your own. I don't want to use curse words, but yeah, we literally BS the management. And told them that you guys should do your work. In this studio, we will sleep. And for 4 days, we slept in the studio. They queried our HOD. queried our HOD, we still did not, we didn't still, like, you're not providing studio for us in the hostel, and you're telling us not to sleep in class. How do you expect us to do it? And you're locking the college buildings by 7 p.m. How do you expect us to do it? Wow. Yes. At some point, they began to lock college buildings. Is it 7 or 8 p.m.? Lecture theaters were locked by 7 p.m. Nobody was meant to be seen around that. Colleges, I think, was 7 or 8 p.m. I really can't remember. But yeah, I'm like, you guys don't give us extra time. We as architecture students need extra time to work. On a normal day, we actually even do all night. But a lot of us are having to buy manual boards, bending our backs over in our rooms, having back pains, prolonged back pains, and you're telling us that we should not sleep in the studio. And we have jury to do, final jury. We'll sleep in this studio. We slept.
Please, what do you mean by jury? I don't understand now.
So jury is where you present your project. Let's say, okay, let me use real life term so you understand better. You're my client. Okay. You're my client. You come to me and say you want to design something. You want me to design a building for you, and I designed the building for you, right? I'm done on the project.
Yeah.
And I tell you that, okay, this is a day that we set an appointment for me to come and show you what I have done in regards to the brief that you've given me. Do you understand? Yeah. So I bring all the project, everything I have in relation to that project, and I present it to you, explaining everything in details to you, how I arrived at the idea, the functionality of the building, the benefits to the environment, how I incorporated the laws. The laws for, there are laws for building. I mean, for designing, you don't just design blindly, right? Exactly. So yes, that's jury. So for jury, our lecturers are our clients. They give us the brief, they give us the project to work on. So you work on the project. Then when it's time for defense, it's like you defending your final year. It's like you defending your final year project.
But it's not final year.
But in this case, but it's not. And for every project, for every semester that we are drawing something, you're defending it right from 200 level. For every semester you're given a project to draw, you're defending it. So we call it jury. So you come with all your sheets of paper.
Jury in a court, have the same spelling, have you?
Exactly, Jury, yeah. All right. Yeah, so you come with all your papers and even your 3D model and come to present it to the lecturers that this is how you arrived. You've seen something like that, right?
Yeah, we would just look, don't understand what's going on. Everybody.
Exactly, that's jury.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I understand. I always see people do that in movies now when they present.
So that's jury.
You don't be seeing things, you don't know the roots behind it. I just know architecture students always have models, cardboard, they will design
exactly. You've seen it before. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. So we told the school management that if people are your own, this post, whatever will happen. I rather face disciplinary committee than still fail. Exactly. Than still fail. And then again, we were in numbers. So general punishment is sweet.
Breakfast.
Exactly. General punishment is sweet. So the numbers that we had actually strengthened us. But it was literally everybody. So if you want to expel everybody or suspend everybody, it's cool everybody that will go. So they queried her.
They craze for that management.
Obviously, we know it's CU, but then when I get home and I tell my father that it's not only me that they suspended.
Okay. Now.
When I get home and tell my father that it's not only me they suspended my whole set, then they'll know that the problem is not me. The problem is the management. Yeah. Then all our parents will come and drag it to them. Exactly. So we had that mentality that anything people want to do your worst. So we literally were having our baths in the college bathroom. We brought all our there were bathrooms in the college and in the college bathrooms.
I don't remember.
The last two cubicles are usually bathrooms. So there were bathrooms, So we have our baths in the college building. We literally brought our toothbrushes and everything to the building. So architecture, nobody has shame again. Literally, we're living as
and that's the reason you don't have time to do fashionista. No time for
exactly.
that.
Architecture, nobody used to have shame again. Once it's 300, 400 level like this, everybody is just masters. Masters is even worse. They used to sleep in studio. They have kettle. They have Milo, milk, everything in their studio. At the back of the studio, they have bed and pillow.
Oh boy.
So it was like we were living as a family in quote.
Well, that floor was always a mystery. Many things, I don't know.
Well, it was just us. So we did that. We did our project. It was not after that time that the management now thought that they should create studios in the hostel. So even today, when you go to the hostels, you will see studios in the hostels now. You see studios in the hostels now because
is it like they converted a particular room or existing rooms, or how did they do that?
A particular room. So I think you know that there are like common rooms on all floors, like big rooms that on all floors. So they use the one on the 400th floor for all the hostels.
Okay.
On maybe two different wings, all the hostels for the studios.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they saw that they really had no reason to keep us, they saw that we had tangible reasons to do what we did. Yeah. They decided to find an alternative. So what they did was they changed all the tables in the studios in the college, like in our studios in the college. Yeah. They changed all the tables, brought new plastic tables, and took the wooden tables to our hostels.
Okay.
That's what they did, because they saw that at least we had tangible reasons for what we did.
I'll try.
So now today you see studios in all the floors, courtesy to my architecture set.
What year was that? What year did
2017. 2017. They started it in 20.
Huh?
They started it in 2017, just before we graduated.
Yes. Okay.
Because it was our final year jury that we were to do. That we decided that anything people want to do, you will do. This one we will do it. So
nice one.
Yes.
I'll try. You guys did it. So let's all the future architecture students say thank you to 2017 set.
Please, they should come and say thank you to us.
They will. In their mind.
So yes.
So moving on now. That's how.
So that was it for academics. It was exciting. It was eye-opening. I mean, different types of people, different ways people. I actually got to understand that people achieve the same results in different ways.
Yes, no.
People achieve the same results in different ways. So it opened my eyes to a whole lot of things in regards to drawing and, the life. So yes.
The life of the Aki students.
Yes.
So how was your relationship with Chapel?
Chapel. Let me even start by saying student cancer have caught me like 3 times stabbing Chapel. I don't know how I graduated successfully from that school. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know how I graduated without facing disciplinary committee.
Wow.
And if I thought I had faced this disciplinary committee, it would be for stabbing church. To be for stabbing church, because I stabbed church. But funny how last Sundays of the month when we wear traditional attires.
Sunday best, okay.
Thanksgiving Sunday.
Trad Sunday.
Yes, Trad Sunday. I'm usually happy to go to chapel because you get to wear your best, you get to dress really nice, you see people dressing and looking really nice. And then I get to take pictures. So
now go snap there.
So I was always excited to go to church on Thanksgiving, Trad Sundays. But you see every other days, especially if my set is going for second service. My level, especially if my level is going for second service, I can even come to go for first service. But see that second service is like my whole day has been disoriented. I'm now finishing chapel at what time when I should be sleeping. So when I should be getting assignments done against the next week, assignments that they gave us the previous week. So it's like my whole my whole day has been interrupted. So
don't scatter.
exactly. So when it's second semester, I decided to stab. Most times, I actually used to do that. But 100 level, 200 level, I was very obedient. I didn't know the ways of the school.
You don't know what's going on.
I didn't know the ways of the school, so I was treading very carefully, as much as possible. The only reason why I would not go to chapel is probably if something is wrong with me, I'm not feeling too well, or but there 100 level and 200 level, I was always going to chapel. But 400 level, I could count how many times on one hand I went to chapel.
You be mafia. Hey.
I could count how many times. And the thing is, I have a small stature. So even if it's to hide is not a problem.
How did they catch you now? How did they catch you? The 3 times.
The first time that they caught me, my door, the key of my room, I don't know who lost the key to my room. There was no key in my room. And me now, I told my roommate, that one had a key for, like, she had her own key. So I told her that she locked the room outside, that me, I wanted to sleep. So me, I'd already slept. I didn't know that the girl did not lock the door. She left the key inside. When she now came back, she said she did not hear me, that she did not know that I said she should lock the door. I'm like, I said I'm not going to chapel. I said I did not say you should lock the door, that you did not hear me say you should lock the door. But you should, I think, even use your discretion that this girl is not going to chapel. So then have to come and search the hostel. Lock the door. She didn't lock the door. They even caught me sleeping on my bed. I wasn't sleeping I slept. It was the woman that woke me up that, so you did not go to chapel. Hey, I just...
How did I escape now?
So like, wear your clothes and follow me. I literally walked the whole hostel with her. After chapel, she now said I'm following her to CDS building. I begged my life out. Do you know, at the end of the day, I gave her money.
Yeah.
I gave her money. I gave her 5K. I give her 5K. That's how she let me go.
That's student affairs or student council?
Student council.
Fellow students.
No, it's not fellow students. The
MSS,
staff. Yes, sorry.
Student affairs now, Abi.
Is it student? Okay, yes, student affairs.
Student affairs now.
Sorry, yes, student council is the student. Yes, student affairs.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So yes, it was a student affairs staff. I don't even recognize. If I see the woman, I don't even recognize her. So I had to give her money, 5K, for her to release me. The first time they caught me, I was in my friend's room. I did not stay in my room because my room was on 100th floor. So I went to stay with my friend on 400th floor. So that one now, we didn't even know. That was the first time I stabbed in 400 level. She locked the door and did not remove the key at the back. So when they were now trying to open the door and they were pushing the door, they had the key dangling at the back of the door. Do you get? So they now said, we know you are inside. The key is at the back of the door. Open the door. What could we have done? We had to open the door for them. We had to open the door for them. Would they have broken it if you didn't open it? Would they have broken the door? I don't know. It would have been worse if they had to break the door. Let's even say they were going to break it. It would have been worse if they had to break the door. So we just gently opened the door for them. In fact, we even dressed up. So we already wore our clothes and opened the door for them and just followed them. At that point in time, we were like, I told my friend, I said, see, guys, if we go home, I don't know what I'll tell my parents happened, that I stabbed church. I used to make jokes about it at home, how they can suspend someone for 4 weeks because he or she stabbed chapel service. Yeah. So therefore, to be ringing it in my head. Even if they are going to send you home, not for something as minor as that, I know that the primary reason why I sent you to school is to read, but you also need God. You know, this kind of parent talk now.
Yes, nah.
So imagine me now going on to tell him that I was suspended because I did not go to church. Then mess up. Then the third time, I can't remember what happened. I think that the third time, they even broke the door down. I entered wardrobe. But I could not lock the wardrobe from outside. So I was just found in the wardrobe, of course.
Just there.
I was found in the wardrobe. I couldn't lock the wardrobe from outside. I could just enter the wardrobe. So just opened the wardrobe and just saw me there. And like I said, I have a small stature, so I could enter all those places. Yeah. And that's one thing I really liked. I mean, that my stature helped me with in school. hiding. Hiding. He helped me with hiding a lot. He helped me with hiding.
Wow.
Then, so that was for chapel. And this one I used to go for in the morning, 5 a.m. chop. I never went for that thing until they started tying the attendance to
class.
Exam.
They knew that was the only way to catch everybody that is stabbing.
So I just had to go. I would go there, I would sleep. When they are saying stand up to pray, I'll stand up. When they say sit down, I'm sleeping. So I just had to just do it because I needed my attendance to be complete. And then there was even a time they were tying it to exit. That if you don't have up to a certain and so amount of attendance in church, they will not give you exit for.
Who comes up with all these ideas?
Going home. They said at the point it was tied to going home, like exit. At the point it was also tied to attendance for exam. So that one, I literally didn't go at all until I saw that there was something at stake for me. That was when I was going for it. But then chapel service, it was easy to get away with it because we are swiping our ID card. So I'll just give someone my ID card to swipe for me. When they now started discovering that people were swiping for people, they now say you should be swiping by yourself, one by one.
You like Walla, man.
That was one. Then attendance in the hostel night. So in school, I was kind of disobedient.
Who was it?
And it wasn't really all on me. Then I had a boyfriend that was doing his master's and had a car. So it was easy to smuggle me out of campus.
Smuggle.
It was easy to smuggle me out of campus. So you would go to the gate, pay the security people off, then come and pick me. So everybody knew me. Like a lot of my colleagues knew, like they were suspecting, but they did not know. It was only one of my friends that knew. It was only that one that knew.
Lucky for you.
I was just, So in school, I was living very low key. Like I wasn't friends with lots of people. I just used to talk to people. So nobody is really coming to look for me or say they are coming to check on me.
Where's Eunice? Okay.
So school was just, it was fun. I unlearned. I met people. I took stupid risk.
What defines stupid risk? What do you classify as stupid risk?
What do I classify as stupid risk?
Was it the stabbing?
Stabbing, exit, all of those things. There was even one time. There was one time that I was jumping exit with my then boyfriend.
Okay.
It was his friend's. It was a Sunday. It was his friend's birthday. So we were to go to Elegushi Beach. Okay. I had tried applying for exit. They did not give me exit. They said they had to call. They said they had to call my parents. But then now you have to call parents before they give you exit. So they said they had to call my parents. So they didn't give me the exit. He now did what he would do. Came to pick me. And then Sunday, Sunday is usually crowded.
Yeah.
So we thought that
cool things.
Yeah, so we thought it was like the best time, to go and all of that. So we had gotten to CU Gate. Funny how at that time they were changing shifts. I think those are to resume for morning. Were coming in. Yeah, because it was still very early in the morning. I think we had just finished first service for me, for my yes. I went for first service. So I went for first service that day. So I think they were just changing shifts. So by the time we were going to get the gate, the people that he saw there were not the people that were there. So we already coded. You already saw them from our father. These are not the people we met, but we already coded. The guy now said, I know you now. You're in CSC. You're one of our students. I said, I'm not your student. I'm a master's student. It was like, because so the thing is, see you now. Once you don't wear jeans, once you're wearing jeans or your hair is colored or you're holding phone, they might not really, because these are things that students don't do.
Yeah.
So, but me, he brought jeans for me, so I changed to jeans. I wasn't even compliant. He brought jeans for me.
Okay.
So I changed to jeans inside the car. He had 2 phones. He gave me 1 phone to hold.
Hey.
Do you understand? So when when the guy saw me at the gate, he was like, I know you now. I used to see you in CSC. I'm one of our students. I said, I'm not your student. That I'm a master student. And I said, bring your ID card. I said, I don't bring my ID card. I left it in my hostel. Now said no, that I should go and bring back my ID card. Next thing my ex-boyfriend was going to do was to speed off.
Now for changing for them, I say which kind of rubbish?
We were changing it for them. We were saying we should park. So when they were at that point when they were saying park, and like there were already about 3 security men there, we already saw that this one was trouble. We could maybe still escape from this. You get? And being that it was Sunday, everywhere was still like rowdy. Although cars were not really out, but people were moving.
Yeah.
So the next thing he was going to do was to accelerate and like leave that place. So unknowing to us, they had a bike or they had some sort of communication. They already alerted the main Kenaland gate that there are some people that are coming. By the time we got to main Kenaland gate, they had already put that thing that can burst tire at the gate. It was a movie.
On top of that, they don't turn you to Amuroba.
Immediately I saw that, I was still trying to form hard guy. But immediately I saw that deep within me, I knew I was in deep shit. I knew I was in deep shit. I was already looking at 4 weeks suspension. they were like, come down from the car. You are a student, you want to jump the exit. Where's your exit? Come down from the car. I came down from the car. Say, where's your exit? I just had to tell them, I don't have exit. They now talk to me, say, who are you? He said, he's a master student, sir. I said, so you want to, you don't want her to finish her school, you want to implicate her. Do you think that if you finish her school? They was talking, sir. They now told Shanta the color, they are taking us to the security house. They took us there. After long talk, after so much begging, they were going to call VC. After so much begging and everything, they said we should bring money. That's the end of it, though. Money. They said we should bring money. For like almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours, we were dragging it. We were begging on our knees. For almost 3 hours. When they were finally going to stop, we met one of the head security men. That was an old man. Now said we should bring 50K. I was like, 50K? Where are we going to find 50K? We don't have 50K. So my ex-boyfriend then tried to negotiate and everything. He said we should bring 15K. Try to get them 15K. The guy now told us that anytime we need exit, that we don't need to go and apply. We should just call him. He will give us exit. Hey.
So they have not changed.
He said anytime we need exit, I don't need to go and apply. That even if it's day or weekend exit, I should just call him. But then to cost me, that I'm going to pay for it. That's just call him. He will give me exit.
Oh, Nikoko.
Hey, I said okay. But funny how I didn't even use it. After that day, I was too scared to even jump exit or even say I want to use exit. I did not go through the right what they call it process. After that day, I did not jump exit again because I was seeing 4 weeks suspension flashing in front of my eyes, and I know if I had been suspended, I'd have had an extra year because it was close to exam or I think test.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think exam. It was close to exam, so I knew that if I had gotten that 4 week suspension, I would have had an extra year, automatic extra year. So I was scared to the bone. Since from that day, I never jumped exam until I left school, and then unlucky for me, my ex-boyfriend now moved on campus, so I didn't even really have the need to jump exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really have the need to jump exit, so it was in staff quarters. So yeah, if at all I wanted to go out, say I want to go and see a staff. So I didn't need to jump exit. Oh, but all the party and everything, I didn't even do it again. So that was my disobedient side of school. Not my disobedient side of school. It was.
It was necessary.
It actually was kind of necessary because what school without breaking rules?
You can't keep teenagers cooked up like that and not expect them to.
I would not lie. I honestly tried to abide by rules.
But only work.
Actually, we all tried to abide by the rules, but somehow, some way, we would have broken it in some sort of way.
And people are different. There are people who can easily walk within that line.
Exactly.
Everybody comes from different backgrounds, so expecting that everybody will just fall in line is just a pipe dream.
And you know the thing, people were disguised. All those people that used to pretend like they were doing the right thing, they're even the worst. I know how many times I've seen. I know how many times I've seen students counsel people with phones. You know, then when they used to have their own private rooms. Their rooms are bigger with their own personal bathroom and toilet. Yes. So they didn't have any reason for somebody else to be in their room. So they had their privacy. And I knew someone that was in student council. So I'd gone to a room and I've heard phone vibrate or ring. Do you get? And then I just have to do like I did not hear anything because what's my business?
Okay.
What's my business? So yeah, everybody was just disguised. That's the truth.
You know, that's the problem with authoritarian rule. Like, you create rules for everybody else to follow, but you would not follow that rule.
Like, I mean,
like, that's one of the part that irritated me about all those student council people.
Do you understand? And they were snitches.
You motherfuckers, you are breaking the rules, but you are the ones the school using a sword. And they were snitches. They were snitching on people that are doing things that they themselves are doing. That was even the one that used to kill. So I literally automatically didn't like them. Once I hear a student council like, nah. Or is it what they do? All of them were bad. Or is it what they do during the holidays? What they do during the holidays? All the gist and everything we used to hear. They will when he's on campus, they are doing all spiritual. They will sleep in chapel from morning to night. But holidays like this, you would see them in all the parties that they are organizing. Or 1004. Default setting.
All manner of things we were hearing. So a lot of people were just pending. Or is it when we graduated that everybody began to show their true colors?
Yeah.
Like
after graduation. And one statement that they used to make was, if you cannot obey, conform. And I hated that word, conform. Like, that word always irritated. Like, why would I conform? Why would you want me to? Why would I want to pretend? Like let me be me.
I mean,
because you expel me, so I'm a liar now. Hypocrisy is a form of is lie in action.
Like it was. I mean, it was really an experience. It was really an experience.
But at the end of it all, now I'm sure there are things you can point to that say, yes, this is one thing I learned from going to see you. Like, one thing that if I didn't go to see you, I wouldn't have known. Or like,
yes, actually, more than like one. One major thing I learned from schooling in Covenant University was being accountable.
Okay.
I learned to be accountable. I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, you just have to know that I am doing this. What's the word? I'm looking for a word. Don't try to
pass the blame.
Exactly. Don't try to pass the blame. Don't try to bypass things. Just know what you're doing. Be accountable for everything that you're doing. And then also I learned to take responsibility. I mean, with the issue of attendance, I already know that if I don't go to class, whatever happens is my fault.
Yeah.
Whatever happens is my fault. When I had that carryover, I was tending to blame the lecturer that he did not want to, like he was a wicked man. Yes, that was the first thing that came to my head. Like, this man is wicked. This man is wicked. But then again, after the whole event, after everything happened, so when I had already had the carryover and taking the exam again, and I was sad and I was like, but guy, this actually was your fault. Every other person that made the attendance, it did not say they should not write their exam. They actually wrote their exam. But you did not attend class. You didn't meet up. So it actually was your fault. So take responsibility for whatever that. Yes, take responsibility for anything that happened. I remember I even went back to school. He was the only person that actually brought a wine for. Like I gave a gift to when I went back to school after graduation to say hi. It was the only lecturer. Because I mean, even when I was graduating, I was like, I'll never talk to this man again. He made me have a carryover in school. I mean, that said I was going to have a carryover. You get, but when I actually got to understand that it was actually literally the only person that I went back with. I went back to give a gift to when I went back the first time after graduation.
Such is life.
So I learned to take responsibility for my actions. Whatever you do, just know the outcome is on you.
On you.
Yes, it's on you. It's as a result of the decisions you have made. So yes, I learned to take
Fantastic.
responsibility. And then also, I learned that everybody is disguising. Be you, do you. It's true. Do you. People that you think are better than you. It's true now. People that you think are better than you, but that you don't know what they are doing in the background.
That's true. Because
You don't know what they are doing in the
this thing that
background.
you just said now,
Yeah, I said people that you think are better than you don't know what they are doing in the background. So just
Absolutely.
do you, be you. Don't try to be anybody else.
Yeah.
Just be you. Anybody that would come around you would come around you. People would tend to be true to you based on the true self you showed them. I mean, people tend to relate to you based on who you show them, and you can't always keep up a face or a personality that is not yours for a long time. Over time, it will show.
Yeah, so to
So
show.
I just learned, just do you. Anybody that you think is better than you, that's their cup of tea. You try to be better than your present self, not trying to be better than someone else. Because I mean, you're your own competition, not someone else. You're not someone else's competition. You're your own competition. So you should strive to be better than your current self, not better than someone else. So
And
yes,
that's one of the things. Everybody, there's this silent competition. I remember a
Covenant.
colleague of
The competition
Well,
was,
boys.
it wasn't silent though. It wasn't silent
not
though.
direct. In your own case,
In my own setting, I mean, the richest kid who has the finest clothes, who has the finest hair, who goes on vacations during the holidays. I mean, that was the life. Everybody was always, even those that did not go on vacation would lie that they went on vacation. When they now say, "I mentioned one place," in the place you said you went to, they'll not say, I can't remember. I can't remember. I think when we were going there, I was sleeping. Like you shall see, you start hearing things. Guy, now calm down. You didn't go anywhere. So the competition was not silent. It was. Those that come and tell you they have a car, that is because Covenant is not saying they should. That's why they're not bringing their car to this. That I drive a Benz. I drive a Benz. And you see them jumping bus during the holiday. A number of people that seen inside bus.
Yeah, that's exactly that thing that you just said, jumping bus. It happened to somebody that I know.
The person like that.
And now the guy now saw, as the two of them, he was a colleague at work. He went to see me. He now said he saw one guy I knows from school. They were at the bus stop. Now the guy, when their eyes now jumped, the guy was hiding, trying to hide behind the bus.
Can you imagine?
The guy was not looking like, see, we see trouble. Reality are setting. What are we still in school?
Like, can you imagine? Everybody's hustling. Everybody's hustling, trying to get by every day. And you are coming to lie that you are driving a Benz during the holiday. But when we see you during the holiday, you're jumping bus with us, going for IT inside bus with us. How?
Reality are setting. That's setting. So anybody that has been disguising, you go cast or you don't cast already. So if you want to keep deceiving people, it's yourself you are deceiving. You know what is pinching you. If you are living above your means, now you go so far.
Exactly. I mean, it was, everybody was just trying to be who they were not. Like a lot of people are trying to be who they were not. But I think people should now start understanding now that there's more to life than all of those things. When you begin to also real.
Reality are certain. We have to learn. We were teenagers then, so it can be forgiven.
Yeah.
But now reality does not have time for that bullshit. No time for that bullshit. So Eunice, where can we find you online and all you do?
Okay, so online, I am majorly on Instagram. I think I actually don't have a Twitter account. I'm not on Twitter.
Why do you fear Twitter?
I don't have strength, honestly. Thing is, anything that I know, no, it's not Basbos. I know Twitter is banned, right? And bans can be really interesting that you just want to keep seeing the ban. So anything that I know would take so much of my time like that. In fact, Instagram is actually taking my time enough that I'm even still trying to cut off. But anything I see is taking so much of my time like that, I just try to just stay away. That is why I intentionally stay away from Twitter. Yeah, and I intentionally stay away from Twitter. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. Those are my two major social media accounts. So my Instagram is @adiogo_. Very simple.
Okay.
Yes. My LinkedIn is Shemilore Adiogo Adigbaju.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll put all the links in the show notes.
Yes. So I can be reachable.
At least, so you can be reachable, and in case person wants slide into the DM, you should not slide.
I'm like, no, don't slide though.
You should not slide.
No, don't slide.
Okay, so that was taken. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
Exactly.
Let's lean back.
Thank you.
Let's lean back. Me person not just slap. So it was great having this chat with you.
Same here.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Okay. Hope you enjoyed this episode. You have to subscribe. Apple, Spotify, Google, any other place you get podcasts from. Thank you very much for listening and have a great week ahead.